Bro, I really don't know if what I'm going through right now is me like self-sabotaging or if it's me being aware that I'm like hitting a glass ceiling in certain things in my life, and then the universe just showing me that shit's fucked up, right? So I was on here earlier just talking my shit, man. And then it was alright, whatever. But let me break down how my day went. You dig? Just so people can get an idea. This is kind of like the average day. There's some wild shit, you know what I'm saying? But I drove from my house to an area in the Florida Panhandle called Navarre. And I was actually a little past Navarre. So that's like 45 minutes to 50 minutes from my house, right? Now, I was supposed to do something there that would have took me 3, 4 hours to do right. You know what I mean? To do it right. Would have took me 3 or 4 hours. I was there about an hour, and then another truck with some of my coworkers showed up to do the next step. But I wasn't done doing what the fuck I was doing. You know what I mean? So in my mind, I'm like, yo, if my boss don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck. So I did a quick boom, 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 get it done. You know what I mean? My boss gonna call talking to me like, oh, you gotta wait till these other guys are done and then do this. And I'm like, nah, I'm done. I did it. Fuck it. It might not be 100%, but obviously you don't give a fuck, right? So I did what I had to do. I cleaned up the whole job site, man. I was just wasting time at this point. I hopped on here. I fucking recorded a 10-minute video just talking shit about these bitch ass motherfuckers I work with, right? And then, so I called my boss. And he gonna say, drive to Rosemary Beach. Now, Rosemary Beach is about the same distance from where I live, but in the opposite direction. So I had to drive that about an hour just to get to, like, an area where I can get to the crib, and then I had to drive another hour in the opposite direction. So now I'm damn near in Panama City Beach. If you're familiar with the Florida Panhandle, you can kind of, you know, figure out where I am. But I drove like an hour and a half, right? The GPS tell me turn down this road, and I go to turn down the road, and the motherfucking road is closed, bro. They're doing like construction and shit in front of it. So I call my boss, like, how the fuck do I get to where you're trying to send me so I can do my work, you know? He gonna say, don't be mad at me. I told him, you go ahead and go home. So I'm like, man, what the fuck? So I start driving home now. He gonna call me 10, 15 minutes later. Hey, can you stop over here and do this, this, and this? Fine, no problem. So I do that. Now here's where the story gets really fucked up, right? So he tell me, can you go to the shop and dump off your debris? So, you're prepping these pools. You fill buckets with shit, man. Sand fall off, dirt. Sometimes the walls fall off these motherfuckers. If my company plastered it, your walls are probably falling the fuck off. Yo, because it's all rushed. Like, you know what I mean? It's money hungry motherfuckers, man. But so anyway, so I'm like, yeah, I'll drop it off. So now the shop where I work, like the shop for the job is a fucking mess, man, right? So I pull in, I dump off my debris where my boss told me to dump this debris. I drive my truck, I make a motherfucking U-turn. Now my truck is a company vehicle, you dig what I'm saying? So I drive in, I make a U-turn in the shop, and then I start to head home, which is 5, 10 minutes from the shop. I call my girl, blah 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 blah. My girl done picked up a shift tonight, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna go to this spot, Taco Town, and I'm gonna pick up dinner. So that way you ain't gotta cook or nothing right now. So you could just chill and go to work. And she like, cool. I get to Taco Town, I hop out the truck. I can hear coming from my fucking tires, right? So I'm like, the fuck is wrong with this? I go and look. I look at my tire. There's two rusty ass nails fucking up my tire. Now, at my job, we commonly use these things called flutie nails. Like, we use them all the time to tack up tile boards when we're going to retile pools. You dig what I'm saying? So, I go into Taco Town, I order my fucking food, I come out, and I'm like, man, I'll just plug it up. I got a Fix-A-Flat on my truck, so I mean, I'll fill it with the Fix-A-Flat, and then drive it, fill it up, whatever, we'll get home, we'll figure it out, you know? So, I put the Fix-A-Flat in it. First, hold on, this is the most important part. First, I feel around the tire, and I find the nails, right? So, I pull the nails out. And my boss is real big on, oh, if you pull a nail out your tire, just find a screw that's bigger and screw it in there. And like this nigga ain't worth millions of dollars. You know what I mean? Like, fine, I'll get the fucking screw, whatever. Like, you don't write this shit off on taxes. Get a new fucking tire, bro. Like, and if you work at Walmart, and like one of them little, like if you work at the Walmart distribution center and your fucking little pallet jack thing breaks, they don't be like, oh, you need to go to the pallet shop and get it fixed. No, bitch, this ain't my pallet jack. This is your shit, dude. Like, the Walmart shit, it's a company shit. You should have a pallet jack fixing area to make sure your shit's fixed. It's not my responsibility, mainly because I don't get the fix your pallet jack pay, you dig? So but I'm there, it's like fucking 4 something in the afternoon. I'm like, man, I don't even want to call this motherfucker because he's gonna be ridiculous. So I filled it with the Fix-A-Flat. It didn't even go up, it went up a little bit off the ground, right? And I'm trying to get to the closest gas station. Something didn't feel right. So I pull off. The fucking tire done popped off the rim, bro. So I don't know if you know or not, if you ever fix a tire, but once it pops off the rim, you're basically fucked, right? Now here's the thing that makes sense. You jack it up, or you take the tire off in the rim and you jack it up, you leave it up on the jack, you take it, put a new tire on, come back, blum, put it on the tire, tighten it up, drop it, you're good to go, right? I call my boss. No fucking answer. I wait like 10 minutes. Call my boss again. No fucking answer. I wait like another 10 minutes. So now it's like a half hour I've been out there. I get off. I'm supposed to get off at 3:30. It's like almost 5 o'clock now, right? So finally I send him a text like, yo, I got some fucking shit in my tire. This is what happened. Blah, 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 blah. This is where I'm at. What the fuck you want me to do? You know what I mean? Like, I'm in your vehicle. I'm in a company vehicle. What the fuck do you want me to do? He gonna call me back, talk about, I need to find a tow truck. There's tow trucks around there. You need to find a tow truck. And then he hung up. So I'm like, well, fuck it. I'll find a tow truck. So I called a tow truck company. I told them where they need to take it. All this shit. And then the dude's like, that'll be $260. So I'm like, when do you get this? Like, do you invoice me? Do we like, when the guy gets here, do I gotta give him cash? What do I gotta do? He said, no, you need to pay that now, because I don't even send the trucks out until we get the money. And I'm like, alright, well, bitch, I'm not giving you $260 for this shit. You out of your fucking mind. I just pulled rusty ass nails out the tire that came from the shop. I was just outside my truck at the shop, standing next to the tire, didn't hear nan shit, dumping out debris. Then I jump in the truck, drive it out that bitch, and when I get to the next spot, there's 2 fucking rusty ass nails, which I recognize because we use them. They're fluted nails, you dig? So I go to drive, the tire pops off the fucking rim. Calling him. He tells me I need to call a tow truck. They say $260. I'm like, fuck that. I'm about to call this nigga, tell him, here's the number for the fucking tow truck people. Now, this is what my mind was. I'm going to call him, give him the money, give him the number for the tow truck people. He can call these motherfuckers, give them the fucking money or whatever, and then I'll ride with the tow truck guy to drop the truck off, and hopefully he can drop me off at my house, right? So now I at least got an idea. I gotta wait for the guy, do this, and then I could be back at the crib, right? I don't know if I said this or not. My girl had to be at work at 5, right? I'm not about to leave my kid alone, especially if I ain't got no goddamn way to get to her if she needs something. Are you crazy? So I'm gonna be sitting on the side of the road, waiting on whatever the fuck, because you motherfuckers got your shop like a goddamn garbage dump with shit everywhere. This motherfucker, he got a backhoe. He just be digging holes, dumping trash, and then digging holes. Yo, this bitch a shit show, right? So, uh, they tell me 260. I call him. He don't answer the fucking phone again. So I call my girl. I'm like, yo, I called this motherfucker. I told him what it was. I sent him a text saying I had to be home because I got to take care of my kid. Like, if it becomes his truck or my kid, fuck your truck. You know what I'm saying? But, I told my girl, come get me. I'm gonna call him in 5 minutes. If he don't answer, you come get me. So I called my girl because he didn't fucking answer, you know? And then, now, this is the job I've been bitching about that I fucking hate anyway, right? So I call my girl. She come get me. I call him again. I'm like, yo, stay. Let me call him real quick before I leave, just to make sure, blah, 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 blah. He didn't answer again. Man, fuck him. So I fucking jumped in the truck, left. I got home, and I know exactly what time it was because my girl had to be at work at 5, and it was fucking 4:57. And so she was on the phone with her boss, like, hey, I'm going to be a little late because this and this, whatever's clever. But I know it was 4:57, right? I got in. I felt kind of bad. I said, I'm going to call him one more time. I called him one more time, and I was like, I ain't answering this shit for him no more. Fuck him, you know? And then my phone rang at like 5:30 something. I pick it up. I say, what's up? Now, meanwhile, I sent him a text message, and I was like, bro, I tried calling you. They said it was this much. I ain't paying that shit. And, and I'm going home. The fuck, I'm not about to be out in the goddamn street with my child somewhere else. And then if something happens with my child, I gotta run. I gotta sprint over there. Oh, fuck you, man. You know what I'm saying? Fuck you. So I went, after having me drive all over like an asshole. So I went, he gonna call me, and I tell him, he's like, what's up? You tell me? I said, man, I pulled 2 nails out of this wheel. And you know what he said? Oh, you could have picked up them nails anywhere. Word, I pick up the exact fucking nails that we use anywhere. Anywhere I found it, you sent me. You know what I mean? This is not my vehicle. This is not my responsibility, bro. When I drive this truck, I drive it to places he tell me to drive. And I was talking to my brother Michael, and he's like, yo, I be on call. That's like me fucking getting a flat tire in the on-call truck, and they tell me I gotta pay for this shit. You're out of your fucking mind, bro. That shit wouldn't even been where it was if, you know what I mean? But I know he's gonna have some shit to say, and I don't give a fuck. Fire me, bitch. Do the hard part. I hate this fucking job, bro. They don't respect your time. People be like, yo, they put ceilings on you, like, I'm supposed to work from this time to that time. It'll be that time. And he act like he don't know what a fucking clock is. You know what I mean? Have you out there late, and then you still gotta drive the fuck home. And, bro, that's all kind of fuck shit that go on at where I work. You know what I mean? It's not a real company. All it is it's this dude with the licensing. So it's not like you get to, like, these are the parameters and these are the rules, and if this happens, that's what happens. Nope. The rules are different for everybody because it's just one dude in whatever fucking mood he's in that day. And I hate this job. I hate my coworkers. I hate my motherfucking... I don't hate my boss. I hate working for him. You know what I mean? He's a noodle brain ass dude. Like, he fucking... he all over the fucking place. And then he want to tell you, like, oh, well, like, I'm supposed to have sympathy. Oh, bitch, I've seen the checks you bring home. I don't have no sympathy for you. You get compensated for this shit. You know what I mean? I don't. Like, he be telling me extra shit. He's a fucking racist. Bro, one time they're gonna order pizza. He gonna make us drive past, we're gonna get pizza from Domino's, but not that Domino's, because this is what he said, bro. Because black people work there, and I got a white voice. I was like, bro, you need me to call him? You need me to call him? I don't know what the fuck you talking about. Weird motherfucker. I go to 100 houses that this motherfucker be like, oh, they're really good people, and this and that, and you pull up and they got a fucking Go Trump sign, and Let's Go Brandon and shit, and you go in there and they're just, I mean, they're not good, they're not bad, they're just whatever, you know what I mean? They come out, hey, how you doing? All right, whatever, da, da, da. One time I was going to these Egyptian people, he was like, they're Egyptians. You know how those Egyptians are? And I was like, not really, the fuck are you talking about? You know, when I got there, this motherfucker came out and slid me some money right off top. He was like, hey, bro, boom, slid me a little dub. It was like, hey, do your thing, keep it good for me. And I was like, none of these Trump motherfuckers, none of these white good people ever gave me $20 right when I pulled up, but the Egyptians did. Send me to the Egyptians' house. The fuck you mean, you know? But here's where I'm at now. I left that motherfucking truck. I was like, fuck this shit. I left it right there. I sent him a message. Yo, I left that shit. I'll see you in the fucking morning when I pull up. And then that was that. He called me. I told him what I did, and he's like, oh, like, he hung up on me. He was like, oh. You could tell he was pissed, but I'm telling you, these people at my job don't want to play with me because they're all fucking pussy, and they all, I guess they can kind of feel the vibe that I'm just one little smart mouth thing away from being like, man, fuck this shit. I'm about to punch you in your shit. I'll curse you the fuck out. I curse everybody else out at work. I haven't cursed my boss out at work yet, but he's getting real close. And so that truck is there. The tire's fucked up. It's parked on the road. I just locked it and left it. Fuck that shit, you know? And I'm gonna get to work tomorrow. And my whole thing is I know he's gonna be, see, he'll never tell you something like, I'm mad about this. He'll just make these little condescending remarks, which I ignore most of the time. Lately I've kind of been giving it back to him, but in like a light, like little jab. Like I haven't suplexed his ass with the shit yet. But part of me's like, man, I hope he fucking, see, he'll pull slick shit and try to make you pay for the shit. Oh, you were driving it, so you got to pay for it. Like, that's not a company vehicle, and you don't write all that shit off. I'll tell you what, I'll pay for it, but I'm keeping the receipt. How about that? So I don't know, man. I'm really hoping the universe does the hard part for me. And I go to work tomorrow and he's like, no, I'm charging you for a tow truck. I'm charging you for the new tire, which you don't need both. You know what I mean? Weirdo. You just jack it up and put a new tire on the bitch and drive it where you got it. But whatever. That's neither here or there. But all I'm saying is this. And I will update you tomorrow. But if he tries to make me pay for this shit, like out of my pocket, that's going to be my last motherfucking day at work. And I kind of been wanting to quit. Come on, y'all know I've been wanting to quit. Fuck this job. I've been scared. I've been dealing with my own fears. And then it's been a weird week, man. Like a lot of shit it's kind of bottlenecked, and it's like you gotta bust a move, bro. And if I ain't gonna bust it myself, the universe gonna make me bust it. But I tell you what, try and make me pay for that shit, man. Try and come in my pocket for that bullshit, and then you gonna write it off at the end of the year, man. Too many fucking weird shits, bro. Too many weird shits. A lot of now. I'll be back tomorrow.